Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 74 of our Hearts of Midlothian save, our bid to take the team to the top of Scottish football. And today, well, we begin with the quarter-final draw. Yes, that's right, we're in the quarter-finals of the Europa League. There is no good options here. Behind my head, we have Arsenal, ourselves, Olympique Lyon, and Paris Saint-Germain. Please, not Paris Saint-Germain. Then it's Everton, Lazio, Olympique Marseille, and Leipzig. I mean, the one we really don't want is Paris, because that could God help us if we get them. I think we'd rather avoid Arsenal. The rest, to be honest, are probably all much of the muchness, aren't they? There's not that much difference between them. I'd imagine if we're looking to get out of it, we'd want to be away from home first. Leipzig, Paris. It's Paris. It is definitely Paris. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? Well, I mean, we beat Bayern Munich. So you never know. Do we want to look? Do we want to look? It's a front three of Sadio Mane, Neymar, and Dybala. So that's going to go well, isn't it? I guess we look forward to that. Do we look forward to it? With something to look forward to. It's going to be next episode, though, we play Paris. But today we're playing Aberdeen and Rangers in the league. And before we get to that, let's have a look at how we've done since last episode, starting with our league fixture against Motherwell. Dozzle found Turnbull in loads of space midway through the first half, and he found the top corner. Colin McNeil came off the bench, and with 15 minutes to go, Lang's deflected cross fell to him, and he ended his 20-game goal drought and secured the points. So there we go. I'd say we were decent rather than great in this one. Maybe a little bit of a hangover from the Bayern Munich game. But Turnbull and McNeil, finally, McNeil got underway for the season. That was amazing. Hopefully he'll be able to go on a bit of a run now. But yeah, a good, solid performance this one. You can see we dominated the game. But like I say, maybe decent. Good without being great, perhaps. Next up, we played Dundee. It took a while for us to find a way through Dundee until Dominguez unleashed a rocket just before half-time. Curtis Jones worked himself some space early in the second half to double our lead with a good finish. Jones turned provider a few minutes later, cushioning Mitchell's cross into Hartford for our third. And it was Jones again who got our fourth with a good run and a powerful finish. So a bit of a slow first half in this one. Dominguez just before the break smashing that goal in, but Curtis Jones with a double and Lewis Hartford with a goal as well came roaring back in the second half. Really, really good performance. You can see there, dominated the game overall. Just took us a little bit of time to get going. Some really, really good match ratings there as well, though. Curtis Jones just looking like an absolute star. The next game was against Partick Thistle. Curtis Jones gave us an early lead, smashing in a Lancaster pass. A game of pinball from a Turnbull shot saw our lead doubled, before Uche got a third before half-time from a corner. Turnbull added a fourth from the spot, and Lancaster found some space outside the area to smash in a fifth. Partick pulled one back, before Jones headed in our sixth late on. Now this was more like it. Partick Thistle are struggling this year, so it's not unexpected that we would be able to beat them comfortably, but it was a really, really good performance. Jones again with a double, an own goal. Uche, Turnbull and Lancaster with the goals. They got their only goal from their only shot. It was a decent goal, I think, to be fair. I don't fully remember it, to be honest, but there we go. We can see absolutely dominant. Curtis Jones again. I think he was man of the match last game, wasn't he? Amar's doing bits in goal as well. So it's looking really, really good. If we have a quick look at what all that means for the league table, basically it's as you were. Celtic have won their games as well, so we're still 6 points ahead of them. We have both qualified for the Europa League next year. I think this game we can actually qualify for at least the qualifying rounds of the Champions League. So it is just a two-horse race, but of course if we were to go on and win the league, first of all it would be incredible, but second of all it would of course mean we go straight into the group stage of the Champions League next year, which would really help us when we're trying to sort of sign players in the summer, knowing that we have Champions League football. Now, a lot has happened since we left you with that wonderful, wonderful result against Bayern Munich. And thank you for all the comments. We've got Morty that's coming up to visit us. What are you doing there, mister? Okay, I don't fully trust him. I seem distracted. It's because there's a kitten running around my laptop. what has happened since... Well, first of all, look at how we've done this calendar year. We lost the game there to Celtic, first game back after the winter break. But look at that. We have not dropped a point since. And there's Champions League and Europa League games in there. It's been absolutely incredible. But a few things to catch you up on. First up is Harry Cochrane. He is injured. Was it a broken arm? About another month or so he's going to be out for. That's a big, big loss. He's a massive player for us in midfield. Other things to catch you up on. We have had our youth intake. If we look at the potential of the players here, there's one or two good ones. I think it was David Marshall, one for this year, I think. Another right winger. We don't really need right wingers. We have a lot of them. And there must have been Forster here, perhaps, was the other one. Calvin Forster. I should have recorded when they first came in. But yeah, he looks like a decent player as well. Because we're getting better, so the star ratings aren't as good as they were when we first took over. So players like this would have been looked like absolute superstars first season. Now they look like just decent prospects, but that's fair enough. I don't know if you can see Morty here. Come on, mister. You coming down? Okay. Sleepy time. So there we go. We've had the youth intake. Now, speaking of youth team football, if we go and have a look at the under-18s fixtures, we're only in the semi-finals of the Under-19 Champions League. So that's amazing. Look at the teams we're in there with. So Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final. We could be Under-19 European champions, which would be insane. Really, really good. You can see we've beaten Bayer Leverkusen in the last... No, we beat Milan smashed Milan in the last round, beat Bayer Leverkusen, and then I think they're Bulgarian, aren't they? In the round before that. So it's really, really good to see the under-18s doing so well. And the other news is, if we go to squad and have a look at Innes Cameron down here, he has now been capped. Innes Cameron, where are you, mate? Innes. What is he doing? Where is he? Innes Cameron. There he is. Innes Cameron. 2 caps for Scotland, so well done to him. Another Scotland international. That's 2 now, him and Lewis Hartford. And the disappointing news, Uche. Uche has now missed a training session. Now, we know he's unhappy because he's worried about being replaced. About Jack Lancaster coming in to replace him. I mean, they're playing different positions and he hasn't been replaced. He just categorically hasn't been replaced. The problem that we have is that if he's going to start missing training, that becomes a problem. That becomes a serious, serious problem. So, yeah, I'm hopeful. I fined him 2 weeks' wages, as I always just find 2 weeks' wages. He said he wanted to improve his behaviour. Let's just hope he does. But let's have a look now, because we're playing Rangers this episode away, and then Aberdeen at home. I think what we'll do here, you can see, let me know what you think in the comments. Paris is going to be really, really tough, isn't it? I think what we'll do, this is what I'm thinking, is that we'll do a Hibs doubleheader next time out, because that's the semi-final, obviously. And then we could always skip over that, actually, couldn't we, do the first leg? Maybe we'll do that. Leave it with me. I have the episode to think about that anyway. But yeah, let me know what you think of Paris. I think that's going... I mean, I thought Bayern Munich was a step too far. 2 legs against Paris, I think, is definitely a step too far. But you never know. So here we go against Rangers. We are the favourites for this one. We are in excellent form. They are having a very, very poor season. Now, of course, we played them last episode, so we know roughly what to expect. Philip Cocu is still there, though I wonder for how much longer, the way this season's going for him. They're a balanced, direct playing mentality. There's their analysis report. You can see they spanked Motherwell last time out, as you would expect them to do. David Moyes has been sacked by Motherwell as well, if you're a David Moyes fan out there. And this is the team that we're sending out. Now, without Harry Cochrane, we've had to sort of change things up a little bit here. So Aymar goes in goal. It's Taylor, Hehu, Coping, and Johnson as the back four. Dominguez is going to come back a little bit. I think he should be able to do the role as well, if not better, than Cochrane. So I don't think it's that big of a problem, but it's just unknown more than anything. Turnbull and Hartford in midfield. Jones and Clare, the 2 on-form men, they go wide with New Scotland international Innes Cameron up top. So here we go. We can see Rangers looking very, very defensive against us. Yeah, I mean, we just hope the way we've been playing against them that it keeps working, because we seem to have been getting the better of them lately. Go out there and prove a point. We've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. I think that's all we really can say. The thing with this winning run is that it is going to have to come to an end eventually, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, just hopefully, I mean, you never want to drop points, so just hopefully it won't be today. But if we are going to drop points, away to Rangers, it's a chance, isn't it? It is a big chance. So hopefully, as I said, hopefully we'll put in a good performance here, get the job done, and move on. I don't care if we drop points after we've won the league, but I feel like it's getting to the point now where it's It's so close, and it's so close that I'd be so disappointed if we didn't win the league now. And it would still be a wonderful achievement. First year in the Champions League, and we've gone with the last Scottish team in Europe as well. So to be able to back that up with winning the league would be absolutely insane. Here we go with Curtis Jones. He's in form lately. Curtis Jones. His shot comes off 1 minute. Oh, it's deflected off the post. Unlucky. Dominguez, that's not really what we need you to do there, mate. Just hold the ball, but that's fine. That's okay. We'll give it a demand more here, perhaps, when we can. Any second now. We've got a nervous-looking Sean Clare. Sean Clare, I mean, he was never going to be able to keep that form up all season long, realistically, but he has really just started to fall off a bit of a cliff here. His goals have dried up, his match performances have dried up. I do wonder if the pressure of it is getting to him a little bit. He's got to 20 goals, he's got his bonus for 20 goals in the season. Maybe his motivation has dried up a little bit. There's always that chance as well. What do we want to say here? We've got to say we're not happy with that. We do have Lancaster on the bench. I think he's looking a prime candidate to come in for Clare, isn't he? You may have noticed against Partick Thistle, I did try Lancaster in the number 10 role, and I've got to say, he looked quite good in there. Now, it was just against Partick Thistle, but that is something else that we can look to try, perhaps in future. Alright, Sean Clare he's used up his goodwill. Innes Cameron, let's just try you as a pressing forward. Yeah, it's not quite happening here, is it? It's just not quite happening. Let's try demand more. Turnbull's not having his greatest game. We do have Dozzell on the bench. That's another one we could look to make a change. So we'll do that now, and we're going to actually have to change a little bit the way we're playing here, I think, because it's not working at this point in time. What are we doing? Let's not exploit the flanks. Let's raise the tempo, and let's be more expressive, perhaps. Though a draw away to Rangers maybe isn't the worst result in the world. I'd like a highlight, perhaps, just something that sort of makes it look like we tried. Alright, let's bring McNeil on. He's in goal-scoring form. Let's see what he can do, and let's try him as a target man. No, we're not playing for a target man, are we? Let's keep going with the pressing forward. There's just nothing happening here, is there? There's absolutely nothing happening. Alright, let's try lowering the tempo then, see if maybe we're rushing things a little bit. I don't want to change too much the way we're defending, because they haven't. They've just set up to spoil, haven't they, really? That's what it looks like, and unfortunately for us, so far so good on that front for them. Don't go and nick this late. That would be absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Come on, boys. Keep your heads here. Can we nick that? No. McNeil was coming back. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. No! Oh, you bastards. We need to go. We haven't been good, have we, really? I mean, we won the Scottish Cup. Maybe that's the one that matters. Push forward, boys. Come on. Darnell Johnson's let his man go. It's again, we get caught out at fullback, isn't it? We made him come inside. He just let Middleton go. He just clocked off for a second, and that was that. Is there anything else we can do here? It's been a boring game. This is the last chance. Dominguez knocks it in. It's there. Oh, it's over the bar. It's he who, and it's over the bar, and that is that. The winning run snaps to a disappointing end. We never got going in that game, did we? We just never got going. It's just disappointing, boys. Where were you? What happened? So we fall to late defeat. That opens up the door now for Celtic to close that gap back to 3 points, and that starts to get nervy then. I just wonder if maybe we're so far ahead of Rangers, the team talk should have been like, just go out there and relax, boys, Maybe we need to start treating Rangers like a team that's in the rest of the league and not a team that are our equals. Maybe that's the mistake I've made there. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We've got Aberdeen up next. They're just below Rangers in the table. And we have to win that, don't we? Okay, guys, welcome back. We're back at Tynecastle, and we need to rebound after that disappointing result and disappointing performance. And you can see, while we're playing Aberdeen, Rangers are playing Celtic at the same time. So, if Rangers can do us a favour here, and we can win, then we could just finish the episode as we started it and pretend this never happened. Let's have a look at what we're expecting here from Aberdeen. Steve Clarke is still their manager. He's been there just over 4 years now. Balanced mentality, direct playing style. They're expecting them to play a 4-4-2. We can see their heat map there, a little bit spread out. You might have a little bit of luck through the middle there. Passing network, and of course their key passes there as well. And this is the team we're sending out. Now this is the Wednesday. Our Scottish Cup semi-final is on the Saturday. So it's a bit of a balancing act here to make sure that we can both win this game, but also put out a really strong team for the semi-final against Hibs. So we're going to go with Amar in goal. It's Mitchell, O'Connor, Proctor and Leng as a back four. Dozzell and Hickey in midfield. McDonald, Buckley and Clare with Uche up top. Hopefully he doesn't need to train to be scoring goals. So they are playing a 4-4-2 as expected. That is a positive. What do we want to say here to prove a point? We just want to... just go out there and relax. Just play your game, boys. Just go out there and relax and play your game. I wonder, as I said, if that's what I should have said last time out against Rangers. And here we go. Here we go. This is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. We could see our 6-point gap just disappear this episode, and that would be soul destroying. Rian Brewster is back from his injury. He basically started training this morning, game time. So he wasn't available for this one. He might be available for the semi-final, but I'm thinking that even that might be too soon, especially if we have Curtis Jones that is playing well, and Rangers has taken the lead against Celtic. So we'll keep an eye on him for next episode and see how that goes. We have to get creative here. Come on, boys. Come on. We need to win this game. We need to win this game. Let's try demand more. What has happened to us? Here we go. Dimitri Mitchell. Can he spark us just over the bar? Let's try exploit the flanks and just raising the tempo a little bit. Celtics equalised. Come on, boys. Come on. Here we go. Right before the break. Can we get a little bit of magic? Sean Clare whips one in. Back post. It's there. It's McDonald. It's 11th goal of the year for him. And that's not bad for a backup player. But Sean Clare produces a wonderful cross. A really, really good ball in, and Anthony McDonald gets us into the lead. That is deserved. Well, not deserved, but needed, perhaps. Look at that. It's wonderful stuff. McDonald's pulled into space. Telepathic reading between the two of them. McDonald just sort of knew where that cross was going and just pulled off his defender into the space. And here we go again. Can we get a second before the break? It's a decent ball. McDonald's there again. Oh, yes, we can. It's 2-0. 2 goals in a minute, and McDonald has just brought this game to life. And it is 2-0. Excellent, excellent stuff. We won't shut anything at them because the halftime whistle is going to go pretty much straight away. Not the best goalkeeping. We had another cracking header. Anthony McDonald's about 4'0", I think. And he's put in 2 wonderful headers there to give us a comfortable lead, it turns out, now at the break. Really, really well done. Really, really well done. What a little spasm at the end there. Love that. And it's a draw in the other game if that can hold. Come on, Rangers. Come on, Rangers. Could they prove kingmakers this year, I wonder? What do we want to say? It's got to be an assertive, don't get complacent, doesn't it? It was solid. You'd say that for most of the game there. I wouldn't say that we were brilliant, but we were certainly solid. Fire up Uche a little bit and maybe just look to get Kieran Lang on side here as well. Now, of course, the wonderful thing here is that if we can get the win with a relatively heavily rotated team, then we look all the better then for the cup final, don't we? Semi-final, sorry. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because I don't think... Here we go. Hickey's got a little bit of space here. Aaron Hickey makes that 3. Aaron Hickey's not had a stellar year this year. He hasn't been up to his usual standards, but that's a good goal. Buckley with another assist. And at 3-0, that should just about be that, I would hope. Nice throw in there. Buckley takes it down, turns Hickey in space, and just look at that. He had the freedom of Tynecastle, and he's put one past the keeper, pretty much just past his hands. Poor goalkeeping again from Joe Lewis. We'll give it some praise here when we can. I'm relatively confident now that should be that. We have not seen anything from Aberdeen yet that would suggest they can come back in this game. Buckley with a decent ball in, but wasn't really... nobody really chased onto it, did they? Oh, that's a poor pass from Uche. He sold O'Connor short, and are we now going to pay a price? Jamie McLaren, the rubbish Australian. I shouldn't say that. He's going to put a cracking ball in. It's 3-1. Why did I say rubbish Australian? You're a wonderful player, Jamie McLaren. It's always an honour to see you in a Socceroos jersey. Concentrate, boys. That was kind of Uche's fault, wasn't it? Let's get him off. Get him out of there. Usi Tutu hasn't played too much this year, but that's because Kieran Lang is just coming through the system and he's developing into a very, very nice player. So we want to keep him in the team where we can for game time. What we don't want to do, Rangers have taken the lead. Excellent stuff there. What we don't want to do is give them a way back into this game here, please. Boys. Please, boys. Please, boys. 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 Over the bar. That's fine. Yeah, we'll make that change up top. I don't think there's anything else we necessarily want to do here. I shouldn't have declared us winners so soon, as it turns out. Dozzle with the corner. It's not the best ball in. He should get a second chance at that, though. Dozzle for Proctor. Proctor for McDonald. McDonald squares it for Hickey. Hickey, oh, almost a second time of asking. Sorry, there's just a bit weird edit point there. It seemed like the laptop was a little bit sketchy. Maybe we'll blame that if there's a goal here. Come on, boys. Come on. It's 3-2, and this game is not over yet. We're going to have to close it down. Be more disciplined. We maybe should have done this sooner. But to be honest, the game's... Yeah. Let's just do that. Let's do that. And I'm starting to get nervous. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit nervous now. Come on, boys. Concentrate. See it out for me. See it out for me. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's go defensive. Oh, it's 10 seconds to go. This is it. This is it. Just kick him in the air. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, it's a good header from Proctor. Celtics come back to 2-2. That's disappointing. We need to make sure we hang on to these 3 points. O'Connor with a cracking header. Hacked clear by Buckley. And that's... No, it's not it. It's not it yet. Boys, come on. Referee, blow it up, mate. Blow it up. How much extra time do you want to play? Small team bias. Oh, Proctor's there again. Good held-up play there by McNeil. Sensible, mate. Excellent stuff. Colin McNeil, mate. I'm going to give you... Oh, there was a goal at the end, and I think Celtic scored right at the death just to really, really piss us off. Were they excellent? It was Jekyll and Hyde. It was a bit of a let-off. Where's the Jekyll and Hyde one? There we go. Celtic did indeed, look at that, come back to get a 3-2 win. So we still only have our 3-point lead at top of the table. That shouldn't have been as close as it was for us, was it? Goal difference is definitely not in our favour. Yeah, but there we go. Hearts I wouldn't say we're in control. That got very, very nervy. We have qualified for the Champions League next year, but that was kind of always going to happen. 12 million in the budget, £145,000 a week to spend on wages as well. So that's all looking healthy for next summer. Anthony McDonald, turns out, mate, you're a match winner there. That was amazing. And yeah, maybe when the manager's at the sideline declaring you've won the game after 50 minutes, that probably doesn't bode too well, does it, for the team's mentality? But there we go. A bit of a hiccup there. The first hiccup we've had pretty much, well, since Boxing Day. So, we'll give ourselves one. But that is it for today, guys. I think what we'll do is we'll come back next time. I think we'll do the semi-final and the first leg of Paris. We may not want to see the second leg of Paris. We'll go away to Paris. Hopefully with a Scottish Cup final tickets in our back pocket. I don't think this Hibs game means too much. It's the last game before the split. I kind of want to get to Paris, to be honest, so we'll do that. And you'll notice here, you won't because it's behind my head, but is there a way for me to show you this? It's not really. Basically, we play Hibs on Saturday, Hibs in the Cup semi-final, Hibs on Tuesday, and then Paris on Thursday. So we have 3 games in, 5 days, which is ridiculous. So it's going to have to be the league game is going to have to be basically a very, very heavily rotated team, which could prove to be a bit of a banana skin, to be honest, but that's okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take care.